Give
Miss?
a big welcome. I know what I said. Hey guys, while he's speaking, I expect you to actually be quiet and listen, so more respect than you give me.
He's prepared this is.
Whisper, whisper.
Right, can you turn that down a bit?
Hello.
Alright, so today I'm going to talk about Jesus.
His mum.
Oh wow.
Well, that's pretty obvious. So
I
thought I'd start with the obvious though. Because I want to get into a deep theme and you find out about Jesus. And then you're like, I didn't know this kid was talking about Jesus. Well, it's about Jesus.
Wow.
You don't know.
It's a short but simple message.
You never know.
I will bang you. I now have the power sitting in this chair.
Guys.
But basically, I'm going to talk about relationships and how God can help you in relationships. No, this had nothing to do with Chelsea. I didn't mean to embarrass her. Okay, so this is a very famous verse, and I happen to have read it at Josh's wedding. There's love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonour others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight the evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. Basically, love's better than hate. But basically, like, you can say you love someone, and that doesn't necessarily mean you love them. It can mean you love them in that moment, but then do you love them at their worst? Do you love them when they've annoyed you? Do you love them when they've disappointed you? Do you love them when you said you're going to meet up and then they're like, oh yeah, I've got to go hang out with other mates? Do you then still have the feelings for them? And it says here, and this is written by Jane Clackett and Callum Dyke, and it says, there's been a trend recently of people who write their own marriage vows. And what's interesting is that most people's vows go something like this. I love you so much, I choose you, you are my everything. I know all my prayers have been answered, that all my dreams have come true. This is the moment I've waited for my whole life. And what's wrong with that? The problem is that this wedding vow isn't about love in its biblical sense. Love isn't something you experience in the moment. It's not a feeling, and it's not finding your completion in another person. Love is a verb, a word used to describe an action. This is why the traditional marriage vows won't say I love you. They'll say I will love you. One is a statement about the current situation, the other is a promise for life. And the Bible tells us that God is love. So that's basically saying God is constant and God is always there. So if you can always put something that's love, God, a word for God is love. He invented the word because he is love. So if you can put that at the heart of your relationship, the person that you love and you will always love, it doesn't matter what they do. Okay, you're not meant to screw up, you're not meant to purposely annoy them, you're not meant to purposely do things to them. But if you can always keep God at the heart of that, if you can always keep moving with God at the heart of that, then you have love on your side. You genuinely have love inside you pouring out into that person. And
That's good, buddy.
and it also, like, with God in your general life as well, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend. It can literally be your mates, it can be your brother, it can be your sister, it can be your mum, it can be your dad, it can be anyone. But if you can always put God into a relationship, you will always have love on your side. And yeah, there will be sad times in relationships. Any relationship will have a sad time. It's going to happen. But that's not God. That isn't God. God wants nothing but happiness. So you can never blame God for the bad bits. And that's what a lot of us do. A lot of us are, well, it's God's plan, so my sadness is in his plan. It's not. And I got written here that there is a life with God and there's a life without one. Both contain happiness and sadness. However, one will allow for you to maintain happiness and not drown in sadness. The other one fills you with joy. One fills you with joy and the other one keeps you trapped in your sin. Christianity isn't a religion, nor is it a set of rules we must follow. It is an experience of swimming deeper and deeper in God's glory, and it's a plan for your life. Christianity is a beautiful experience. Religion is a life of boring rules where you will never enter heaven on earth. And it's really an idea of just, it's not, you got to remember not to follow your plan. Like, okay, your plan will be school, college, uni, job. You're sorted. But God's plan's easier. It's a lot easier. And it's simpler. It's literally be happy. It's love others. He doesn't care about money. God couldn't care about money. Like, he doesn't care how much money you got in your pocket. He doesn't care how much money you got in your bank. He cares if you love others. He cares if you put in him first in your life. He cares if you're worshipping on a Sunday. He cares if you're worshipping at home. Okay, giving my fiver to a homeless guy. That isn't, oh yeah, I've got money, I've done that. No, it's, I've loved that person because I've given them something that can give them happiness. It's about bringing joy into people's lives. It's nothing to do with, oh yeah, I gave that person a fiver last night. I'm pretty proud of myself. Don't feel proud about giving love. Don't be like, yeah, I did. I brought a 50 quid ring for my girlfriend. Don't. It says in there, love doesn't boast. So don't boast about giving love. It's a doing word. It's not a feeling. You can feel love, yeah, you can receive and feel love. But don't, if you're giving out love, don't try and be like, yeah, I did that. You've given the love, let the other person brag about what they've received. Like, no one sits there and talks about their experiences with God on a personal level, but they'll be like, this is what I've seen, because they want to talk about the joy in the other person's life, the thing that they have received, the love that they have received. But you don't want to make it out as it's all about you. No relationship is about you. No relationship is about the other person. What the relationship is God in there onto the other person. It's God, you, them. Comes like that. And you can walk your life without God. There is that choice. He is giving you the choice. Do I want God? Do I not want God? But if you don't want God, cool. He will love you. He'll still be there. He'll still pick you up when you're down. He'll still answer your prayers. He'll still come to your rescue if you need him to. But his glory won't be over you. His protection is there, but it won't be strong. You won't be in the spirit realm. There will not be a relationship. And if you live in the sin, if you live without God, don't expect to maintain your happiness. Don't expect to be happy for the rest of your life. Don't expect to constantly be having a smile on your face. Don't expect to be able to walk down the street with a smile on your face every day of the week. Don't expect things to work out the way you thought they would. And there will be times where you'll question, is it real? Is what I'm believing actually true? I haven't encountered God the past couple of weeks. It's just a feeling that I got. But it's in those times that he's walked ahead of you. He's like, I've set you here. I've walked up there. You come to me. I've come to you all these times. The one time I walk away, you won't come to me. So that's what it's like in a relationship. If you want to advance a relationship with someone, regardless, your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, if they want to take the relationship further, if they want to be like, I love you, here it is, and you're not ready to take that step, then you do not love that, because if you feel like you need something out of a relationship, you do not love that person. if you want something out of that relationship, you don't love that person. It's how much can I give into this person? How much can I pour out my love into this person? The exact same with God. How much can I pour into God? How much can I push into Him? How much can I give back to Him? Because you can ask yourself, what has He given me? He's given you eternal life. That's one thing no one on earth can give you. So, like, why not give Him everything? And at the end of the day, if you're wrong, you go in the ground. And if you're right, you live for eternity in paradise. It's that simple. So, like, it's nothing difficult to decide. It's not like what if my friends hate me? If they hate you, then they don't want to face the truth. If you become a Christian and they walk away from you, that's their choice. Don't be ashamed to be a Christian. Don't be ashamed to show that I love God. Because first, that's evangelism. Just simply saying I am a Christian draws people in. I've seen it happen. People want to ask you questions. People be like, haha, look at them. Times of Christ, they still come to you and be like, pray for me. They'll know who you, like, they know you're a Christian. They may think it's a load of crap, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. If you let other people bring you down, then you're not in a relationship with God. If you let other people bring you down about your relationships, you're not in a relationship with God. Every relationship is God at the center. Every relationship is, you don't love them more than you love God. You must love God more than you love them. And that's a harsh thing to say. It's harsh to say, I don't love you as much as I love someone else. But if you love God more than you love them, you love more than you love a person. And loving love is what gives you love. It's what helps you pour out your love.
That's good.
And He'll only provide this though. You can't expect Him to provide anything unless you give it to Him. You can't expect Him to provide you financial security if you don't give Him the 10% of your money. You can't expect Him to give you love, to help you pour out love, if you don't love Him back. Don't expect Him to do things for you if you don't do things for Him. It works like any relationship. Just because He's a supernatural being, just because He's this, just because He's that. If He wanted to, He could point at you, put a lightning strike on you. He could do whatever He wants. But He doesn't, because He loves you. He wants to interact with you. He wants to give you a massive hug. Don't be scared of Him. He's like anyone else. Okay, He's perfect. That's the only thing that makes us different from Him. The fact He is perfect. And He never wants you to just sit there and be like, God, hi. Like, He wants you to be honest with Him. He wants you to ask Him questions. If you're worried about something, if you're like, how come He doesn't believe in you, but He's in a better place? Ask Him that. He's not scared to answer your questions. He's not worried that you've upset. Like, don't worry about what you've done. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. If you're like, I'm not a virgin before marriage, or like, I've smoked drugs, I've drunken alcohol, I've done all these sinful things. He doesn't care. The whole reason Jesus died on the cross was to get rid of that. Don't be scared about being wrong in the past. The past doesn't matter. If I base you on your past, I don't love you. If God based you on your past, He doesn't love you. And yes, the idea of a relationship is don't screw up. That's the whole point. He gives you grace. Grace isn't an excuse to stay in our sin, it's the answer to get out of it. It's not that I can just keep sinning, you know, God's got me. God is the way to get out your sin. God is the way to push through your sin. God is the way to break your addiction, your depression, your anxiety, your everything. Like, if you're trapped, ask God to help you. The worst that can happen is it doesn't happen now, but it will happen. I can guarantee it will happen. What you ask for will happen. What you want will happen. And it's not, God, can I have a Lamborghini? It's not, God, can I have £1 million? It's not, God, can I have a mansion? It's, God, can I have what I need? It's not what you want, it's what you need. It's like, God, I need love. And at the end of the day, everything can be taken from you in an instant. Everything. Friends, family, technology, your house, your home, your everything can be taken. But God can't. Why not have that security? Why not have, God, you're my everything. Everything can be taken, but your faith can't. Your physical relationship with God cannot be taken from you. It can be flattened, it can be hit, it can be struck. But so can every relationship. The difference with this one is that it can never be taken from you. It can never have a breakup. Once you've accepted God, it doesn't end. He'll love you forever. Doesn't matter how far away you walk from him, he will always be one step behind you. It doesn't matter how many steps you think you are away from him. It doesn't matter how far you think you've walked from him. He's right around the corner. He's just waiting for you to say, God, come back. He's waiting for you to say, I'm sorry I left you. And he doesn't want the apology. He doesn't want the, I'm so sorry I left you, like, I'll never do it again. He doesn't want that. He just wants you to be his kid. He just wants you to sit there and lay with him. He just wants you to sit there and talk with him. He doesn't care what you've done. He couldn't care less. He's just like any other person. He just wants to listen to you. And he is love. He will give you love. He will give you what you want. If you've given up, if you don't feel like you're loved, if you feel like no one cares about you, I'm a piece of dirt, I'm a piece of crap, no one cares about me, he cares. And what's he going to do? He's never insulted you. He's never called you fat. He's never said you're too skinny. He's never said you're ugly. He didn't build you to be perfect. He never created you in any way, shape or form to be perfect. He created you to be beautiful and creative. He created you to be the person you're meant to be. He put something in you that no one else has. He put in you, like, he's given you so much. He's given you eternal life. He's given you life. He's given you creativity. He's created you beautiful. Like, and all he wants is a relationship with you. All he wants is the best friend relationship with him. All he wants is to have that night conversation like, this is how my day went. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, but hey, it was alright. Thank you for being a part of it. All he wants is for you to stick on worship here and there. It doesn't have to be constant. It would be incredible if we could constantly just be there with God. But that isn't possible. Life does get in the way. Work, school, college, uni. It does get in the way, yes. But he doesn't care if it gets in the way. As long as you can come back at the end of the day and reflect and worship and pray. Even if it's 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes is all it takes just to have that relationship with him. And as long as you can just talk. All it is talking. It's just honest talking. It's not you have to be big, like you don't have to wear a suit and talk to him. If you sleep in your boxers, talk to him in your boxers. Like, he doesn't care. He's created you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's seen you naked. Right? He's seen, like, right? He doesn't care. He'll be the best friend you could ever have.
Yeah, that's good.
And okay, his voice is, alright, he doesn't extinctly be like, yeah, you're right. But he shows you, you can feel it in your heart, you can feel it in your chest when he's touching you. You can feel it when he's pulling you away from something. When you doubt something in your mind, like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, you know exactly who it is. He's the best friend who will tell you, but not with words. He'll tell you with actions. And what else is in action? Love. Love isn't an exchange of, I love you. Love is a, I'll do this for you. I'll invest this into you. I'll do this for you. Love is an action. It's not a feeling. It's not a, I feel so strongly attracted to this person. It's a, I will do anything for this person. And why not do anything for God when he'd do anything for you? Literally the simplest message. just accept him. He's not gonna hate you if you've done bad things in your life. Everyone's done it. Don't feel bad because this has happened, that's happened. My life's never been on the right track. Get it on the right track now. Doesn't have to be on the right track to he doesn't care. He'll bring you onto the right track now. He doesn't want you to be there thinking that he can't be in your life. That's all he wants to be in your life. And if it takes weeks and weeks and weeks for you to first encounter God, don't back away from it. Don't be like, I've tried it once, it's not going to happen. Just press. Just press. Just press. Just press. If you want something, you'll go for it. And if you want love, if you want a best friend relationship, if you want eternal life, if you want everlasting love, press. Push. Don't hold back. And okay, on Sunday, if you don't know the lyrics, if you think it sounds terrible, if you're like, what is this, what is this, like, I don't understand. Doesn't matter. Sit there and pray. Sit there and put your hands up and just pray. Doesn't matter if you know the lyrics. Doesn't matter what happens. As long as you're pressing into God, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't matter if what. It doesn't matter how you connect with Him. It's your way of connecting with Him. He made you connect with the way that He wants you to connect with Him. If that's... And don't feel like your calling has to be in a church. If you like football, if you like rugby, if you like tennis, if you like art, if you like music, then He's called you into that. Push God through that. In like, if you ever make it to a professional standard of football or any sport, just be like, just talk about God. Talk about how He got you there. Don't talk about how your months of training in and out the house got you there. Talk about how God got you there. Talk about how God gave you that talent and gave you the courage to do that. In your music, you don't have to be a Christian artist, but you can still push God into your songs. You can still put little snippets of God in your songs, and it will get the message out there. It will get the message out there. I can guarantee you it. I've been to concerts like it, where God's just hit you, and you didn't go to worship God. You went to have a fun time, but hey, it happened. It doesn't matter where you encounter God, as long as you have that encounter and you know He's there and you know He's real. Just don't let the chance go to waste. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so do it today. And at the end of the day, you've got nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. But you have everything to gain. That's it. That's it.